Hello, 6th grade. Today we are going to be reviewing exponents in our video. A lot of these problems are trickier than some of exponent problems you've seen in the past, but you guys are all great with exponents, so I know if you pay attention, you will do great. First, number one is simple. It's just an easy review of exponential form. So we have 3 to the 5th power. Our exponent is 5 and our base is 3. So we're going to take our base, 3, and multiply it 5 times. We have 3 times 3, times 3 times 3 times 3. So we're multiplying this number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. And then we're going to multiply 2 numbers at a time. So I have 3 times 3, which is 9, times 3, which gets us to 27. So now I've multiplied the first 3 3s. Then I need to multiply 27 by 3 again, which I'll do out on the side. 27 times 3. 3 times 7 is 21. I'll write the 1, carry the 2. 3 times 2 is 6 plus 2, which is 8. So after 27, we get to 81. And then I just have one more 3 that I need to multiply by, which I'll write out on the side as well. So I have 81 times 3. 3 times 1 is 3. 3 times 8 is 24. So our final answer will be 243. This was just a simple review. I know you guys all remember how exponents work. Just remember that you are multiplying that base number, so our 3, the number of times that the exponent tells us to. So we multiplied 3 5 times. Problem number 2 gets a little bit trickier because not only are we solving exponents, but we also have decimals and substitution. So the first thing that we need to do, because we have variables, is we need to substitute for our variables. So we know that x equals 5/10. So everywhere I see the x, which is both here and here, I'm going to substitute 5/10. So if I rewrite it, I'll have 5/10 squared plus 5/10 cubed. And then I know that 5/10 squared is the same thing as multiplying 5/10 by 5/10. So I'll have 5/10 times 5/10. And I know I need to do my exponents before I do the addition. So first I'm going to figure out 5/10 squared. Then I'm going to figure out 5/10 cubed. So 5/10 squared, 5/10 times 5/10 gets us to 25. I know when multiplying decimals, I need to add up the digits behind the decimal. So in this first number, 5/10, I have one digit behind the decimal because I just have this 5, and then our second 5/10 is the same. I just have one digit behind the decimal. So in my final answer, I'll have 2 digits behind the decimal. So I'll count 2 spaces and put the decimal there. So our answer for 5/10 squared is 25/100. So I'll put 25/100 in place of the 5/10 squared, keep my addition sign. Then for cubed, I need to multiply my 25/100 by another 5/10 because I need to multiply it 3 times. So I'll have 25/100 times 5/10. I'm putting my 25/100 on the top because it has more digits, so it'll make it easier to multiply if it's on the top. Alright, then I do 5 times 5, which is 25. Write the 5 at the bottom, carry the 2. 5 times 2, which is 10, plus 2, which is 12. And then, if I want to keep going, I can multiply my 0 by everything, but I'll just end up with zeros. When I add, I get 125. Again, I need to figure out where my decimal goes. In my first number, I have 2 digits behind the decimal. Then in my second number, I have 1 digit behind the decimal. So in my answer, I should have 3 digits behind the decimal. So I'll count 1, 2, 3 spaces, put my decimal there, and my final answer will be 125 thousandths. Alright, so now that I've done both of my exponents, the last step that I need to do is addition. When I add, I need to line up my decimal. Again, I'll put the number with more digits on top, so 125 thousandths on top, and then add 25 hundredths down below. Oops, there was my mistake. I thought we were multiplying, so I didn't line up my decimal. So I need to line up my decimal, and then I'll add. I'll add in my 0 as a place filler. 5 plus 0 is 5, 2 plus 5 is 7, 1 plus 2 is 3, decimal, and 0. So my final answer, now that I've substituted and simplified, is 375 thousandths. Alright, for number 3, this one is tricky as well, but you guys have seen this problem before. This is actually taken off of one of your old exit tickets. So in this problem it says 3 to the x power equals 27. What is the value of x? So this x up here is an exponent. So it's 3 to what power gets us 27? So if the answer was 2, that would mean 3 squared equals 27. I know that 3 squared is the same thing as 3 times 3, so this is not true. 3 squared does not equal 27. So now 3 cubed equals 27. I'm going to try this one out on the side because I don't know that off the top of my head. So 3 cubed is the same thing as 3 times 3 times 3. I know that 3 times 3 is 9, times 3 is 27. So 3 cubed does equal 27. So our answer is going to be x equals 3. For the last one, you guys are all great at these at this point. The first thing we're trying to figure out which of those expressions is equal to the expression that we see above. So if I look at this, I can count the number of 4s that I am multiplying. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, so I am multiplying 4 by itself 4 times. Then we are adding, we got to keep that sign the same, and then I'm multiplying 7 times itself 3 times. So I'm looking for something that matches my expression right here, and I see that this is the same as letter D. So the answer is D. Okay, go ahead and finish the rest of the problems on your own. Raise your hand if you have any questions.